I'm Amelie and welcome once again to my channel. Today I'm going to be watching episodes 8 and 9 of Scumbag System. That's right, 2 episodes, not 1, and you're going to be saying, Amelie, you told us you're only going to watch 1 episode a week, and you should know by now that I'm both a liar and unable to stick to anything ever in my life. Well, at least when it comes to this channel. So, yes, I'm watching 2 episodes. This is also coming like 2 days late because, as you may have noticed, I've been gone this past week plus a few days. And the reason for that is that, well, first, I woke up one day and I couldn't speak. And I already had a cold before that, but nothing major, just, sniffles and things like that. But then I woke up and I just couldn't talk. I opened my mouth and I couldn't talk. And things went downhill from there. So I had to get better from that, which was I think just a pharyngitis. Well, not I think. The doctors told me it was just a pharyngitis. I got better. So by midweek, I was already more or less fine. And by midweek, I mean this week that we finished. And then I just started having coughing fits out of nowhere. So this has been a great week. And I blame the weather. Weather here in Argentina has been absolutely crazy. Like one day we have like 24 degrees, the next day we have 10. So that absolutely kills me. And I am far from being the only one person who's getting this type of symptoms, because most of my coworkers, a lot of my students, a lot of people I know, they are in the same way. So, if you have to blame someone, just blame the weather or global warming. I don't know, whoever you want. So, because I've been absent these past few weeks, only 1 week and a few days, I decided to compensate by, let's say, doubling the episodes of the shows that I've been watching. So instead of watching 1 episode of Scumbag System, of Guardian, and of Advanced Bravely, I'm going to watch 2. And for this one, it means that next week is going to be the ending of this show, because this show only has 10 episodes, which seems not enough, especially considering how short the episodes are. So, if we finish next week, and yes, don't worry, I am going to also react to the trailer for season 2, that means that I'm going to have my Fridays free to start another show. And to be honest, I had already decided what that show is going to be. This was a show that I actually was originally going to start watching instead of Advanced Bravely, but then I didn't. And now I'm going to start it now. So this is a very different show to what I'm used to, because, well, I'm mostly used to watching Chinese shows with some Japanese shows just peppering sometimes. And this show that I'm talking about is neither of them. It's actually from Thailand, I'm pretty sure. And the other difference with this show is that it's not, well, I was going to say it's not censored, but I guess the Japanese shows that I watch are not censored either. They're just very, very tame, I guess. So, well, this show isn't, at least from what I've seen. I had to admit I've seen the trailer because I had to decide whether I was going to be interested in watching it or not. So I did watch the trailer, and in case you haven't guessed yet, the show that I'm going to continue after I finish Scumbag System is, and I have never pronounced it out loud, so this may be very wrong how you say this, but the next show that I'm going to watch is King Porsche. I think it has 14 episodes and some like special episodes in the middle. You will have to tell me if I have to watch the special episodes or are just like behind the scenes stuff. I don't know. I downloaded everything just in case, but that's pretty much what we are doing after Scumbag System, and I can't wait. It's going to be weird, as I said, because at least based by the trailer, that show has some spice into it. There are some scenes that I feel that are probably going to be awkward. Those type of scenes are always awkward, seeing them with somebody else. And when I react, I consider it as I'm seeing something with somebody else. So it's probably going to be weird. So we'll see. Can I even put that in the recordings? That is another good question. I will check other people who has reacted to, but I don't want any spoilers. So I don't know if anybody has seen any other reactions to this. Can I show that? I mean, obviously not on YouTube, but I'm not going to upload it on YouTube anyway. The actual reactions. So can I upload it to Media just as it is? If it's, very explicit, I don't know. Maybe it's not as explicit as I think, but it looked like something when I watched the trailer. And this is something that show actually I have, in case you're wondering why I'm watching this show, I got it recommended so many times, not only by people, but just I've seen it everywhere. And people like in my real life have recommended that show. Like people who don't watch Asian shows have recommended that show. I have students recommend me that show, which after seeing the trailer is like, oh, awkward. But now I have to watch it and I can't wait. So I'm actually very excited about finished Scumbag System. Not because I'm actually enjoying the show, but I also want to start that new show. And I actually also want to start reading the novel. And I said that I was going to read the novel after I finish the show. I don't know if I'm going to do something with reading the novel. Probably not, because I'm also reading Morao Sushi. And that's going slow because something else happened there, which maybe I'm going to explain in another video at some point, but things are going slow in that front. So I don't know if when I start Scumbag System, I'm actually going to, do anything with the novel, but I definitely want to start reading it. There are actually 2 other shows that I want to start watching. One of them is a Japanese show that I also seen like in Tumblr around, and it looked interesting, and that one is pretty short from what I've seen, so maybe that is something that I can do like on the weekend. And that show is what was the name of the show? Maybe I should have written that. Maybe I should prepare before doing these reactions. Something about a cupcake. Old-fashioned cupcake. There we go. I am very old, and I'm not even recording this at night. I'm actually recording this in the afternoon on a Saturday, so I have no excuses for this. It's just how my brain works. So that is another show that I want to watch, because again, I saw it recommended or at least I saw things of it, like pictures of it in Tumblr, and it looked cute. So I want to watch it. And the other show, this one, I have a weird reason to want to watch it. I was watching the reactions of someone on YouTube for The Untamed. Just a lovely channel if you haven't seen it. He's very good. And I entered to his channel to look for the Untamed reaction, I think the last one that I have watched, and I accidentally clicked on his reaction for this show that I'm going to mention now. And since then, for some reason, the YouTube algorithm recommends me nothing but. It's like, oh, this is for you. So I have seen not even like reactions. I've seen like random videos from this show. And I have no idea what it's about. I have no idea what type of show it is, but I feel like I'm getting a signal that I should watch it. So maybe at some point I'm going to start it. I don't know when. I don't know if maybe it's a long show. I haven't even checked how many episodes it has. But the other show that I want to watch is a Korean show called The Devil Judge. And again, I'm intrigued because I've seen the actors and I like what I see. And that is a huge factor when it comes to me watching shows. So that is already a good start. And also I want to just maybe to stop getting recommended things about that show. But I also want to watch it. It's like, I don't know, I guess the algorithm works. So maybe I'll watch that show at some point. I don't know. It's there on the list. So those are my plans for the next reactions, I guess. So be ready. But for now, what we are doing is just Scumbag System and only episode 8 and 9. So, what happened in episode 7? We were with the Dream Demon. No. It wasn't called Dream Demon. It was called a Nightmare Demon. I call it a Dream Demon, but I'm pretty sure it was a Nightmare Demon. And this Nightmare Demon, Nightmare Demon is so difficult to pronounce things sometimes. This Nightmare Demon, he doesn't have a body. He looks like a grandpa, and he's just I guess, like a cloud floating inside your nightmares. But he has a shape, but it's just like, he doesn't have a body, an actual body. So he lives in people's nightmares. And he goes into, I think they are into, no, I don't think. They are into Luo Binhe's nightmares. And, Shen Yuan gets dragged into this. So, they have to discover what it is, and then he tries, some of these nightmares show him some pretty traumatic moments in his life, so he tries to, react to them, he tries to beat them, and then she tries to say, no, don't do it, because you're hurting yourself, etc., etc. And then he ends up hitting Shen Yuan when he stands in front of him, when he's trying to, make him stop hitting himself, I guess. I guess that's what happening. So, that's when it's not a dream demon. That's when the demon appears. And at this point, I don't remember if this was 2 weeks ago, so my memory is hazy. I don't remember if Shen Yuan was awake at this point. I think by the point that he talks to the demon, I think Shen Yuan is already like sleeping inside of the dream. And what happens is that he's sleeping and he's also dreaming about like Shang Qingqiu's life in the original story, like when he was in a pot and Luo Binhe was torturing him. And just a parenthesis here, Luo Binhe is an adult. I like that. I like where that is going. I like the direction the story is taking to see Luo Binhe like that. Like, I love Luo Binhe now. He's adorable. He's my baby. He's my child. But I also want to see adult Luo Binhe. He's like, I feel, I don't know, because in this case, I don't know how he's going to be. I don't know if he's ever going to be like the one that we see from the original story. But he's a little bit like deranged, I feel. But also control. I don't know. It's weird, but I like what I see. So I look forward to seeing a more grown-up Luo Binhe in the future. So anyway, that's where I think Shen Yuan's story stopped. He was there. He was about to be tortured in this dream. But at the same time, Luo Binhe was having a conversation with this demon because apparently this demon wants him to be his apprentice. And somebody explained to this is a comment, I didn't get this at all. Apparently Luo Binhe is part demon, and that is something that he was hiding. Like, it's something hiding inside himself. And he's just, there is a seal that is protecting him from not showing that he has some kind of demonic thing. So that's what the dream demon, no, he's not a dream demon. My God, he's just a dream demon for me. He's just a dream demon. This demon, he says, oh, that is a good candidate to be my apprentice. But he wasn't doing this selflessly. Like, he was doing this because he thought, oh, if I only stay in one host, because the fact that he has to change hosts all the time, that is something that was actually killing him. So if he trained Luo Binhe, he has the possibility of staying in only one host. So now Luo Binhe has to decide if he accepts being trained by this demon or if he rejected. And he was worried about what Shen Yuan was going to think, or rather for him, Shen Qingqiu. If, because he is a demon after all, and he was going to learn something demonic, I guess. So that's where we left off. That's where we left off with the story. So I guess now we just have to continue. Let's go to episode number 8. Let's see what happened. I don't know what's happened, but I think he should accept it. I think if you're offered some good training, just for free, and also in your sleep, like, you don't even have to do it when you're awake. You do it when you're asleep. It seems like something that is very time efficient and also smart because you're getting some new powers. So I like this idea. I think the demon training can be good. On the other hand, we know what happened to Luo Binhe in the original story, so we know that maybe he goes a little bit too demonic in that story. So maybe this is the first step for him to do that. But apparently this is something that already happened in the story as well. So this is not something that is deviating from the original story. This is just something that also happened. Because I think Shen Yuan mentioned that in the original story, instead of being, obviously Shang Qingqiu, he wasn't there in the dream. It was, I think, Ning Ning. I'm pretty sure. So, maybe this is not actually good. Maybe just this is the first step from Luo Binhe to start his decline. And another thing, I don't remember when this happened, but it was in one of the previous episodes that we find out that Shen Yuan had to kick Luo Binhe down a cliff. Like that was a fixed thing that had to happen in this story. So whatever happened, we know that he's going to have to kick him down that cliff. So I don't know. I think I'm curious to see, if that happens, like, because Luo Binhe right now, he has a little bit of a crush. Well, a little bit. He has a crush on his teacher. So is that going to help in him not hating him, even if he kick him down a cliff? I don't know. I think it's going to be interesting to see that. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking and let's go into the reaction for episode number 8. So let's start number 8 right